All right, we are live at Gil Bishop Sports Arena for BC women's basketball as the Renegades host Antelope Valley. And I got to tell you, last week they put on a show. We had multiple players in double figures. We had Jasmine Martinez with a triple-double that I didn't even realize because we were so excited about how they were winning and performing as a team. Sydney Morris had a huge double-double. We'll pull up some of those numbers and talk about the individual effort.
Yeah, and you mentioned the triple-double, and I think that's the first time that they've had somebody get a triple-double.
Oh, man,
yes.
we witnessed history that night and didn't even know it to give her the credit while it was happening.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. So, Jasmine, my apologies. I didn't have my live stats up to know that you had the triple-double that night. But as soon as I got in the car and looked at stats, I knew it right away.
Yeah, you sent them straight to me.
So the Renegades get a turnover on their first trip. And like we said, this is an Antelope Valley team that's been on fire. And right away inside, and good defense by Sydney Morris. It's going to be a nice battle inside as Courtney Hart is the team's leading scorer for Antelope Valley. And Sydney is our Renegades team leading scorer, averaging a double-double on the season. Nice move by Jasmine Martinez. And we talked about Jasmine. She's the freshman guard from Independence High School. But last week, let's get into Jasmine's numbers. She had 22 points, led the team in scoring, 10 assists, 13 rebounds. 4 of those were offensive rebounds, 9 defensive rebounds by the freshman, Jasmine Martinez.
You know, I don't even know that during the game that she knew what she was registering.
Right, because she was just playing with such intensity and focus.
Playing, yes.
And she makes them both count. And that's what happens when you're that kind of player. You're not really looking for any gratification. You're just doing everything you can to help your team win. Mm-hmm. And then you look up at the end of the game, and you got a historic night. I mean, Sydney appeared to be the leading scorer because she just went to work so well in the second half. But with Jasmine, she was just giving it to them all game long from every angle.
She just kept coming and coming. And it looks like the Renegades are going to give us more of the same.
Right, as Sydney gets that defensive rebound there. Oh, and then they throw it in the direction of 2 Renegades, and neither of them wanted it.
Well, I'm not going to say they didn't want it.
Well, they might have wanted it. They didn't act like it. They act like they didn't want it. Somebody got to act like they want it. See what happened? You get me and Dr. J up here. Oh, that was a tough entry pass by Alyssa Taylor. Wow, and Alyssa is the point guard out of Tehachapi High School. So she was right in the middle of Lancaster and Bakersfield, and she was like, know what? I'm going right on the 58 instead of left.
That's right.
Nice move inside by Medina. And that's going to be another turnover by the Renegades. Deja Taylor gets it over to Bridget Ignacio. Ignacio gets it over to Barnes. Barnes looking like she's struggling. And now that's going to be a turnover. Oh, she just let it go. Oh. And that's going to be a turnover as they got it inside to Hart, but just a little too late with 1 second on the clock. And that'll be our first time out. We'll stay here, and that gives us time to talk about some of the amazing numbers from last week because it got deeper, Dr. J. There were 4 Renegades or 3 in double figures. You had Layla Flores, who also had the double-double with 18 points and 11 defensive rebounds. But get this, she also had 5 assists.
How do you do that? I mean, again, like I said, I don't know. I think they were just running because that's what the coach told them to do. You guys run.
Right. Coach Rosebrook Check has been doing a phenomenal job. She's already the best dressed coach in the Western States Conference by a landslide. I have to take her and link her to some of my Hollywood fashion icons. Since we got the dead ball, we can talk about that.
She can teach them a thing or two.
She can teach them a thing or two.
Yes, she can.
But again, those numbers, you had Sydney Morris. She had 20 points, 14 rebounds. 12 of those were defensive rebounds, and she had 3 assists.
And for them to score 80 points with 7 players.
Right. I mean, 7 to finish a game with 7 players is miraculous. Oh, looked like it might have went off Sydney's foot, but that's going to be tapped out of bounds by Antelope Valley. And we talked about our Renegade women's team. They've struggled a bit, losing 3 out of their last 4. And that last win was against College of the Canyons that we're referencing. Shot up, and that's going to be off, but it's going to stay with Antelope Valley. And they're looking to get Courtney Hart going inside. Courtney's averaging upward of 20 points per game. So you can tell they're very intent on getting it to her in the paint, and that's a nice move. But great defense and rebound by Sydney Morris, man. She is a joy to watch. You rarely see anybody work harder than her, which makes her a fan favorite and viewer favorite, no matter who her parents are.
Right, and she's gotten a couple of touches down low, and she hadn't converted them. But like I said, we're at the beginning of the game. The Marauders haven't gotten out in front yet, like seemingly they have in their past 3-4 games. So the Renegades are in a good place, but they're going to have to really start to score.
Oh, and that's the shot that Sydney made a living on last week. This week, one thing that we noticed is she has her bigger knee brace on. And we noticed that knee giving her some trouble last week, so it's good to see her out here. And that's that toughness that we talk about as they collapse on her defensively. Oh, and they're going to call jump ball. When I saw the one hand go up, usually one hand symbolizes foul. So
right.
A great call by the official to get that one right for the jump ball. Inbounds to Sterner. Or no, that's actually Malaya Polk, the freshman out of Quartz Hills High School.
These ladies don't have a problem getting on the floor.
Nice move by Sydney. Oh, in and out, but that's what you want. She circled around to the strong hand for the nice jump hook off the backboard, in and out. Nice entry pass. Oh, and over the head, why don't you? Amazing shot by Jasmine Martinez. Throws it up backwards off the glass.
Did you see that?
Wow.
You saw that.
That's a horse shot. Wow. You got an H. You can't do that. Somebody got an H after that. Nice defense inside by Morris as she just stays there with her hands straight up. Looks like she might have caught an elbow to the face.
And that defense caused that turnover, so it's great defense by the Renegades.
Absolutely, as Polk tried to go in strong, and they just surrounded her, triple-teamed her. Medina running the point, gets it over to Martinez. Martinez to Marquez. Marquez to Morris. Medina deep for 3. That's going to be off. Nice rebound. So we're waiting on the call. And that is going to be, well, they didn't symbolize a jump ball, but it looks like they called one. They didn't give anybody a foul, so that's going to be a jump ball.
Yeah, I didn't see that signal.
Yeah, they failed to give us the signal. But we know what we're talking about, so that was a jump ball. And that's going to be a nice bucket by Layla Flores. And the Renegade up 6-2. This is how you want to start off against someone that knows they're going to the postseason. Nice entry inside. Oh, and they got the travel on Courtney Hart. So, again, they're very intent on going inside and playing big boy basketball. Nonetheless, Renegades doing great with interior defense. Kicks it over, and that's going to be short for Flores. Antelope Valley pushing the pace. Reverse back out by Taylor. Oh, and Taylor's doing it a little too much. And that's going to be a double dribble on Taylor. You're doing too much.
I don't even know what direction she was trying to go or look.
You know, but that's one of the things that coaches like to highlight in practice, being able to get the ball up court without dribbling. How many times can we move the ball without putting it on the ground? Because if you're putting it on the ground too much, that's not good offense. Oh, you had Morris for the easy entry, but Martinez rusted, and it turns into a turnover, but they reward the favor, or return the favor, I should say. Again, if you're Medina, you got Morris for post entry. You want to try to get it to her, and they get it to her on the high post. Rebound Antelope Valley. You know, the previous play, they had her and they skipped it. Got to take what the defense is giving. Jordan out at the top of the key, gets it inside, and that's a nice play by Sierra Steamer. Sophomore out of Palmdale High School, Pete Knight High School, Palmdale, California. Oh, moving screen by Morris. So we have substitutions, and that'll be a timeout. We'll take our first timeout here as well and be back with more basketball on GoGays.com. All right, we are back live at the Bill Gisher Sports Arena. Renegades up 6-4, 3:29 to play in this first quarter. Got Barnes in for Antelope Valley, and they got a nice shot out of that timeout, but it comes up empty, and now you got Medina pushing the pace, looking to go in, and that's a nice move. Couldn't finish. Rebound Steamer. One thing I love about this team is Glorabel Neves' on-ball defense. She's one of the best on-ball defensive guards I've seen in a while. Deep three is going to be off. Rebound Renegades. Medina again, 1-on-4 is going to slow it up and wait for the offense. Manji gets it over. Now to Morris.
Okay.
There's the shot from Morris. So Manji to Flores to Morris, the hockey assist for Manji. Man-to-man defense or woman-to-woman defense for the Renegades. Nice pump fake up top by the guard, but good hands by Morris. Nice interior defense by Morris, but now we got an offensive foul, and that's a great job by Sydney Morris, sacrificing herself for the team as Courtney Hart lowers the shoulder. All right, so now we got Martinez coming in for Medina. Renegades up 8-4, 1:56 to play in the first quarter. Nice screen set by Morris. Shot no good. Oh, and we got to travel. And that's going to be Bridget Ignacio, the starting sophomore guard out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico, Sue Cleveland High School.
You know, and the Marauders don't seem like they're in sync right now. This is the perfect time for the Renegades to get their fast start and really run the score up and create some space.
I agree, partner, because you got a team that's 15-10, 7-4. They don't look very crispy right now, so you got to take advantage of that as Manji takes the 15-footer. It's no good. You know, when you're a team and you're on the lower end of the record scale, you have to take advantage of every opportunity you can. When you have a team that's better record-wise than you, you better take advantage while you can.
Right, jump right on them and get into your game.
Ignacio with the deep three, and that's no good. Manji. Oh, no. Flores pushing the pace.
You're going to get 2 on this one.
So great job by Flores attacking. You know, sometimes those long ponytails throw me off, too. It's hard to get that number under the ponytail, guys. Speaking of ponytails, how about the ponytails by Marquez? She got double ponytails.
Yeah.
Can't even see her arms. Her ponytail so long. Both shoulders. First one's good by Flores. She goes 2 for 2, making it 10-4. So we've seen times where we're getting up on teams, but we're not maintaining those leads. Remember, I talked about putting the pedal to the metal once you're up. Keep playing with intensity. Let's go up 20.
But for Bakersfield, for this first quarter, this is a good quarter against this team.
Absolutely. Nice move by Alyssa Taylor. She's out of Tehachapi, former Warrior. Pick and roll up top. Martinez with the move. And that's going to be no good for Manji, but Martinez gets the rebound again. Over to Marquez. Marquez to Flores. Nice ball movement by these Renegades. Look at how they're moving the ball, and they get it over to Glorabelle, and it's money. That's how you move the basketball.
Wow.
Last shot of the quarter, and it's going to be good by Alyssa Taylor. So the huge basket, much needed for Antelope Valley as we go to our first break. Renegades up 12-8. We will be back on GoGaze.com. All right, we are back. Lady Gades up 12-8, but amazing last-second shot by Antelope Valley, and they get to double up and get the basketball back. That's how you want to finish the first quarter. Steamer over to Taylor. Barnes, way too hard, and that's going to be a nice one by Steamer. So Ignacio to Taylor to Barnes led to the shot, and then Steamer gets the rebound, but can't convert the and one. But like we said, it's 12-10, so we do have a contest as Antelope Valley has fought back into it. Right on time, as we said, we have to make sure we maintain intensity as those 7-point leads can turn to 2 very quickly. Wow, look at Morris in there battling away, and the smallest person on the court. And Betsy Alvarado comes away with the rebound. The 5-foot freshman out of Lone Pine High School. Talk about toughness. And now she's wide open for the 3. And that's going to be an elbow.
Maybe she was too wide open.
Right.
Like she
was
was
a little too nervous, huh?
Yeah, that was too free.
There's a lot of air on that ball right there. Oh, and that's going to be a turnover by Betsy. Nice entry pass to Morris. Morris goes up strong. That's going to be no good. Good defense by Steamer, just standing high with her hands up. So now you got Ignacio running the point for Valencia, and they go high pick and roll up top. Great defense by Marquez fighting over the screen. Now you got Alvarado getting ripped by Martinez. Oh, nice effort by Ignacio to get it back. Now Barnes is being guarded on the left wing, on the right baseline. And that's going to be another deep air ball by Betsy Alvarado.
I tell you one thing I'm impressed with. They are out there talking to each other.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
Great communication. Oh, you got to take something off of that entry pass if you're Martinez. And again, you know, we talked about passing often today. Another situation where what's wrong with a nice bounce pass underneath the outstretched arm of the defender? We're trying so hard to throw it high and throw it fast that we're forgetting about some of the basics.
And just like you said earlier, you know, looking for the highlight.
Right. Deja Taylor a little out of control. Nearly turns it over. 10 seconds on the shot clock. In the Steamer. Steamer with the turnaround jumper. Rebound. Nice rebound by Amber Jordan. So now we are tied at 12. 7 minutes to go in this second quarter. Medina. Over to Martinez. Martinez into Morris. Morris with the jumper that she loves, and that's why she likes it. Great job using the glass a la Tim Duncan by Sydney Morris. Freshman forward out of Golden Valley High School. Nice entry pass. Jordan again. Jordan. Nice jumper from the same spot that Jordan hit Craig Elo with about 30 years ago. Nice catch. All right, so we have a timeout. It'll be a 20. We'll stay here. Gives us time to talk about Coach Rosebrook. Check. This is her first year. You know, first-year coaches, definitely a challenge. You got to get players to buy into your system. You have to hope your assistant coaches buy into your philosophies. But watching her work and getting her teams to compete every night, no matter the wins or losses, has been a phenomenal experience. And I don't know if I'm correct in saying this, but she may be the first woman of color that has been the head basketball coach of Bakersfield College, if I'm not mistaken.
And I don't know that, and we need to check that.
Yeah, I mean, it is Black History Month.
I don't know that.
You know, and it's definitely something that needs to be mentioned if that is fact.
I tell you, the one thing I do like about Coach, she looked at her team, and she doesn't have access to the recruiting pool that most coaches have. She looked at her strengths, and she accentuated those strengths.
Absolutely.
And that's what we see on these out of these Renegades.
Yeah, I love seeing the intensity that they play with, no matter what the scoreboard reflects. Right now we're tied up, and we're back in action. You got Deja Taylor out. She's going to get it back to Jordan. Jordan looking to take over, but Taylor's taking the three. And that's going to be no good. Oh, and that's going to be a foul on Narvaez and a great hustle by Barnes. So Kayla Barnes, the 5'6" freshman out of Eastside High School in Lancaster. Just drove by Lancaster yesterday, man. Had to go all the way to Victorville, drop off a kid for a weekend visit. Nice hands inside, and Medina's running the break. Waiting on her cavalry, and she pulls up at the free throw line. No good. Oh. Yeah, it was off of Antelope Valley, right in front of their bench.
Well, I tell you what, she didn't convert to points, but that was a heads-up play.
Absolutely. It's the shot that you want. Didn't come up with it. 14-14, 5:50 play to play in the second quarter. Nice strong hands by Steamer. Gets it over to Jordan. Jordan, very efficient on the right wing. Nice hands again by Narvaez. I talked about her on-ball defense, and now you see what I'm saying. Deep three about the pass. No good, but that was a nice pass by Martinez. I highlighted Narvaez's on-ball defense because that used to be my job. I didn't really get to shoot a whole lot. I get to come in and be a ball hawk, disrupt the offense, guard the ball from baseline to baseline. And she reminds me a lot of my junior high self when I first started my career as the hound dog on defense. Great job. And there she is again. Now to get it in the steamer. Great job double teaming her, and that's going to be an offensive foul. That's an amazing job defensively by Flores. Layla Flores, the sophomore guard out of Shafter High School. Shout out to my man Chris Dozier all the way in Oklahoma, the Shafter legend. And one of the greatest renegades of all time from Shafter was the late Deacon Jones, our Hall of Fame running back. Or I said Deacon Jones, David Deacon Turner from Shafter High School. Deacon Jones was the other superstar.
That's right.
Fun fact about David Deacon Turner, I believe he's still the all-time leading rusher at Shafter High School. Rest in peace. Oh, tough 10-footer for Flores, doesn't fall. Now you got Taylor pushing the pace, and she's going to be fouled on the ground. So with 4:24 to play in this second quarter in the first half, Renegades holding on to a 2-point lead, but the Antelope Valley girls are looking like they're finding that rhythm that you talked about, Dr. J.
Well, like I said, the Renegades are playing great defense right now because they can't seem to get into their rhythm.
Right, right. All right, we'll take a quick break and give our sponsors some air and be back with more Go Gays basketball right after this. All right, we are back at Gil Bishop Sports Arena. Once again, we talked about Antelope Valley College women. They are 15-10, 7-4. Postseason aspirations. Lady Gays at 7-16 with only 2 conference wins, just looking to find an identity for themselves, but playing very tough against a conference foe. Nice rebound by Martinez. Medina out at the point, gets it over to Narvaez. Narvaez for 3, in and out. Rebound Medina. Woman-to-woman defense. Oh, an amazing move by Medina. Freshman guard out of Arvin High School, the home of the legendary Renegade and my team captain, Hernan Santiago. Nice break on the ball by Martinez, unable to get the steal, and Narvaez gets the foul. But I'm loving the intensity level of the ladies defensively.
Yeah, they are not giving up an inch.
Yes.
They are right there. If you have the ball and you turn around, they are in your face.
This is beautiful work from the guards of the Gates. Ignacio with the skip pass over to Deja. Oh, no, that was Kayla Barnes. Martinez attacking the paint. Gets it over to Manji. It's going to be out of bounds to the Renegades. Ball inbound to Manji. Manji over to Martinez. Martinez can get hot quickly. That one's no good. Rebound Medina. Deep 3, in and out for Flores. So Alyssa Taylor running the point guard duties for Antelope Valley. That's close to 5 seconds if I ask. Great job by Narvaez. Barnes with the move inside. Gets it over to Ignacio. That's no good. Rebound Gaze. Flores pushing the pace. Nice pull-up. And it's good.
Beautiful, beautiful touch. Beautiful touch.
Beautiful touch. Barnes inside. Rebound, Steamer. Oh, no, that's actually Polk. So a nice job by Polk getting the offensive board.
You know, and I tell you, Kenny, the frustration is starting to show on the Marauder side of the floor. You can see the coach is just pacing, arms folded. He is not pleased with this start.
Right, because if you're the Marauders, we've mentioned it before, you have postseason aspirations and you're being pretty much dominated by a team with the subpar record. Definitely can't make you happy. But a great coaching moment for him as they find out how to fine-tune what they need to fine-tune if they're going to make an impact in the postseason. So 20-16, Renegades up. 2 minutes to go in the half. Flores gets it over to Narvaez. Narvaez skips it to the top to Manji. Manji over to the Medina. Back out to Flores. Trying to work it inside to Sidney Morris eventually, but nice move.
Nice move.
Whoa, Medina just comes up empty, but she's getting to the rack. Gabriella gambles. Or Glorabelle, I said, or should have said. I don't know where I got Gabriella from. Manji for three. Oh, and this in and out off the glass. Barnes sets up the offense for the Marauders. Gets it over to Ignacio. Ignacio at the top of the key. Skips it. And that's going to be good. Oh, and was that a 2 or a 3?
That was 2.
That was a 2 for Taylor. Foot must have been on the line. High pick and roll for Medina. Manji attacking the paint. Tries to pass it. And that's going to be a turnover. 40 seconds remaining to play in the first half. And that's a nice steal by Medina. Forever active hands, gets it over to Narvaez. Nice job by Medina. She is playing phenomenal tonight.
I'm going to have to change her name to Cold Medina.
Cold Medina.
Cold Medina.
She ain't funky, though. She just cold.
She just cold. Cold Medina.
Ooh, nice reverse and move, but comes up empty for the Marauders. Way to communicate for the Renegades. No look pass by Medina, and that's going to be by Narvaez. Empty. Look at Morris fight inside, and oh! And that is going to be the end of the half, but the Renegades will go to the half up 4 points, 22-18 over the Antelope Valley College Marauders. We will be back with second half action on GoGaze.com.
Violation to the fullest. Second personal foul. Leading substitution for 15. Watermelon, not famous.
So Def, in 30-year career, equipment manager here on the Bakersfield College campus. We lost Andre over the past year, and he was one of my biggest positive influences. But he is one of the people from his hearing impediment that inspired my lip reading. Because he used to read my lips.
It is a good skill to have.
Narvaez out at the top. Gets it into Morris. Morris back. Oh, that was a tough pass. Good idea, but a tough pass from Morris as she was trying to get it back to Narvaez. And just like you called it, here's that
Here comes
M.
Yes.
Maybach music. Triple MG. They're trying to feed Courtney, and I don't blame them. But that's a nice pass and a good shot by Barnes. Barnes looking to get open and resets. Out to Taylor. Taylor over to Ignacio. Back to Taylor. Good defense by the Renegade women. Playing some denial defense, and now you got a deep one from Barnes, and that's no good. And now guess who? Medina right away. 1-on-2 break. Nice pump fake and a nice pass. Wow. Man, you called it, Doc. Said don't forget about Medina. Wow.
It was just a feeling.
You called it. You got your crystal ball out. 32-25 Renegades. That interior defense has been fantastic on Courtney Hart. And it's causing some confusion for the Marauders. And here's that on-ball defense. Again, nice help But you leave somebody open, and that's what happens when you're such a dominant force. Great play by Courtney Hart, finding the open Marauder. (32-27). Morris with the jumper over Courtney, and that's a good defense. And the Marauders get a stop. That's the first stop in a while, 32-27. First consecutive stops, I should say. Taylor is not scared to fire that thing, and she splashed. Deja Taylor, the 5'5" freshman out of John Marshall High School. So you better respect my gangster. Come out here and walk out here and cover me. Nice pass by Medina, and that's the shot that Morris wants.
Nice shot.
Amazing offense by Medina. Boy, I got to tell you, Dr. J, Medina is playing a phenomenal game from the point guard.
And it's been like that the entire game. When she goes in, the pace changed. When she came out, the pace changed. She's just gone back in the game, and the pace has changed.
Right. Amazing job by Medina. Got to close back out on Taylor, but you're trying to help Courtney. And Taylor's going to let it fly again, and that's another splash. Boy, I'm telling you, don't leave the shooter. Woo! This young lady is a baller.
I think they got it now. I don't think that'll happen again.
Wow, so it's 34-33. 1-point game, and now the Marauders looking to have some momentum. Deja Taylor with the inside pass, and that's a nice pass to Sierra Steamer, and now they have their first lead of the game, and that'll be a timeout. And it's going to be a full timeout. That gives us time to talk about some stats. Deja Taylor coming on strong in this third quarter. She's 3 of 4, and all of her baskets are three-point baskets for 9 points.
And, I mean, did it in the span of less than 2 minutes.
Woo. Layla Flores is leading the Renegades. She's got 12 points. Jasmine Martinez has 8. And Sydney Morris with 6. But, again, that's why we talked about keeping that level of intensity up. You highlighted that as we came out in the half, or from the half. We had some intensity rolling, but it's amazing what some made shots can do. 3 made three-pointers, and we got a different contest.
Right, and, you know, and intensity is not a haphazard word. That is something that's very difficult to keep up.
Right.
Especially depending on who you're playing against.
That's a great point. So let's see how our Lady Gades handle their first adversity and first trailing experience of the contest.
Well, you know what they're going to do. And I think, you know what, I'm a bit concerned. I think the Antelope Valley, I think they can hear your broadcast. And so you might want to
keep it down a little bit. Yeah.
I want to watch it, yeah.
Right, I was pumping them up a little bit down there, huh?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't want them to come up here. I don't want them to come up here.
All right, so 35-34. Antelope Valley Marauders have fought back by some strong shooting from their point guard and Taylor, but Medina is going with intent. Great block. And that was a lot of contact. I was about to say a whole lot of contact on that jump shot as Sydney Morris was double teamed. I love how the offense of the Renegades are up-tempo, getting up the court, but not out of control.
Right.
You're getting the ball up the court and getting right back to the offense. And most of that is Sydney Morris making a living at the free throw line. First one's good, second one isn't, and that's going to be Renegade ball because of the amazing hustle by Martinez. Great effort by Martinez. Tied at 35, 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Oh, tough entry, and that's no good for Martinez. Taylor has the hot hand. Martinez looking to guard her. Trying to help Deep three. Oh, and now we're seeing the recipe for success for Antelope Valley, inside out, as they go to Courtney Hart inside, and she kicks it outside to the shooter for three. Morris in and out. 38-35, 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Now the Renegades looking to trap Taylor, and Taylor attacks the basket. Ignacio looking for a jumper. Oh, and she was trying to be cute and drop it in there to Steamer. Steamer unable to handle it. So we'll have Marquez come in for Narvaez. Medina doing a phenomenal job at the point guard position tonight. And she said, if you're not going to guard me, then eat this. If you're not going to guard me, then eat this,
what's
says
her name?
Medina.
What's her name?
Maybach music. That's what I'm going to call her. She keep hitting like that.
Cole Medina.
Wow, Cole Medina. That's what you called her.
Cole Medina.
Cole Medina. I forgot about that. Cole Medina, but now Courtney. Oh, my goodness. The group is Maybach music. She's Cole Medina.
Cole Medina.
Oh, my goodness. That's the nickname from now on. Sydney Morris attacking, but like you said, you came up with that nickname earlier, and she's been sticking to the script.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a deep three, too, partner. That's the shot Morris wants, but it comes up empty. Renegades trailing by 2, 40-38. Barnes over to Ignacio. Ignacio over to Taylor. Taylor is looking to take over. Oh, and look at Morris making the big bucks inside. Amazing job on the boards by Morris. Medina breaking them down. Oh, and that's the three Martinez loves, and that's going to be right off the rim short. Inside to Courtney. Courtney with the nice pass. You can tell that that's a staple of their offense. Work it inside. And if she doesn't have the shot, she's looking for her player off the double team. Courtney Hart.
Right, and that was a good play. That was an excellent play.
Man, excellent play by Courtney Hart, man. If you haven't seen Courtney Hart play, 6'2" sophomore out of Oakhurst, Yosemite High School, she's always making the right play out of the post. Very mature. Love seeing players make smart decisions with the basketball. She's definitely been doing that, and that's why they have the lead, 43-38. They go inside to Morris. Morris, and one.
Wow.
Powerful move.
Not to be denied. Not to be denied.
Wow. Talking about big-time post play on both ends. This time, Sydney Morris goes up strong against Sierra Steamer and gets the bucket. And one. So talk about playing with some mental fortitude. Deja Taylor has been the difference maker in this second half, mostly from beyond the arc, so you want to stay on her. Jordan had some nice plays earlier, but here's Taylor again with a deep three, and that's her first miss in a while. Oh, where's the foul? Sydney Morris standing still.
Hands up, yeah.
Hands up, and the offensive player runs right into her, and she's called for the foul. That's not going to make Coach Rosebrook check very happy. With 8 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Looks like the official kind of had that call predetermined in his head. Barnes out at the top of the key, gets it over to Jordan. Nice defense by Morris, and that's going to be out of bounds in the end of the quarter as the Marauders hold on to a 2-point lead and are up on the Renegades. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right after this. right, we are back at the Gil Bishop Sports Arena. Renegade women trail 43-41 against the Marauders. Marauders coming up with 2 empty attempts, but you got to get a rebound. Nice job by Sierra Steamer, averaging 17 points a game, and that was some great effort. Sydney Morris comes up empty. Nice bounce pass by Martinez. I've been looking for that bounce pass all day. And now we got a travel by Medina. our first good bounce pass.
Yes. She was a little anxious. She was ready to go.
Crucial turnover as the Renegades look to cut into this 4-point lead. Marauders doing a great job on the in and out, inside-outside offense, just going and trying to feed the post, making the smart decisions. Deja Taylor has been the difference maker, but now she turns it over, and you got the point guard in Martinez getting it up to Medina, who blows it.
She blows it and she knows it. That she immediately clinched her feet. That's okay.
And that happens when you're trying to make plays. It's part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to make plays. You're trying to thread the needle. It happens.
But the key to the success of the Renegades tonight has been their defense. So they definitely need to keep the defensive pressure up.
Absolutely. And Sydney's doing a great job. Denial defense inside on Courtney Hart. Nice hustle by Alyssa Taylor.
I don't know where she was throwing it.
And I've been mixing up. Okay, so we do have 2 Taylors. Okay, so we'll have a Deja Taylor and Alyssa Taylor. Want to make sure I'm giving the names right for our opponents. It's been a while since Alyssa Taylor has hit a 3. That's a nice pass inside. But back to Medina, and Medina's been money, and that looked good, but not. Rebound Martinez. Pass inside to Morris, and that's a nice move by Morris. Good defense by Ignacio. Nice pass by Marquez, and Morris comes up empty. Taylor, guarded by Medina. 8 minutes to play. Gets it inside to Courtney Hart. Hart back to Barnes. Barnes with the 3 and splash. As the game goes on, you're starting to see why this Antelope Valley team has been this successful throughout the year, because they're finding themselves as the game continues. Morris with the jumper, short. You got to wonder how much that knee is affecting her, because usually you need your legs to get those shots to fall.
Right. She didn't
very flat.
She didn't come around full square on that shot, so that kind of took a little bit off of it.
Big time move by Steamer, is putting in some work in that length, and she hits him with the too small and the rock-a-bye baby Westbrook after the bucket.
Rock-a-bye baby.
Oh my goodness. That's how you taunt them the right way, on the way back down. But we got a shooter too. Wow. Bam! Take that one in your face right after you celebrated, Steamer. That's how you make them pay, Jasmine Martinez. Say, don't celebrate on me. I got something for you. That was nice and right on time. Big time move, but look who's hustling. Steamer is hustling, but she turns it over, and now you got Marquez using the speed. Oh, and that was a nice job by Ignacio to go over the shoulder and get a hand on that one.
Yep, because that was for sure 2. That was 2 points, so good defense.
Renegades looking to break. And you got to. All right, so now we got a warning. Coach being warned, and he's going to take a seat after that nice stern warning by the official. Don't want to get a technical when you're up 6. Destroy the hard work by your young ladies.
I felt like he pointed his finger at me.
I know. I thought I was in trouble for a second. Morris with the pass. Oh, and we got to travel. Travel by Flores. So the Renegades trailing 44-50, 6 minutes to play. Barnes left open, and she said, if you're going to leave me open, I'm going to take it. But that's why they're leaving her open. Courtney Hart with a nice rebound and a nice strong move inside by the sophomore center and their leading scorer. 52-48, or 44. And now we're forcing it, and that's going to be a turnover. Barnes with the block. Barnes with the push. And Barnes comes up empty, but guess who's working on the boards? And this young lady has been dominating the second half, and that's going to be a 20-second timeout for the Renegades. And we'll take a break as well and be back on GoGays.com. We are back on GoGays.com. The Renegades trailing 54-44. Phenomenal job by the Antelope Valley College Marauders in this fourth quarter. Just finding a way to get some rhythm in their offense. Bucket is good. And here's a situation where you got to find a way to get some stops if you're the Renegades. But this has been the key to their success, going inside and the work being done by Steamer. Wow, Steamer has been putting on a show in this fourth quarter.
Well, you can see what they've been trying to do the entire game.
Right.
And the defense of the Renegade has stifled them completely. So now this fourth quarter's come, and they're getting into their rhythm.
Yeah, and that's all you can do when you're an underwomaned team and playing a team that's better than you, is try to stifle them early. They did a great job of that, but eventually the good teams find a way, and that's what Courtney Hart has been doing as she's been getting double teamed, finding a way to get her teammates involved in this offense.
Wow.
Sydney Morris with the big bucket. 4 minutes to play. You still have some time. Again, we're down 10 points. You got to string some stops together. But ultimately, you have to get some possessions, extra possessions, and finish on the offensive end if you want to cut into this 10-point lead, as Taylor attacks the basket and Taylor scores. Money. And Antelope Valley is well represented in the crowd as well tonight. Medina with the nice move and
nice move, nice strong
incomplete finish. So Steamer, she's 7 of 15 with 14 points. Deja Taylor still has that 9. Courtney Hart only has 8 points, but I believe her difference in the game has been the plays she's made, getting her people involved. Flores makes the move. Nice hezzy. Nice hezzy. Amazing move by Flores, who's our leading scorer with 15. 17, actually. Shout out to my man Steve Lynch, clicking those buttons so quick.
I think she would drive down that key if Anthony Davis was standing there.
Yeah, it looks like that. Oh, good move by Courtney Hart, and that's going to be a foul on Sydney Morris. 3:13 to play. Renegades trailing 10 points. And the one thing I love about Antelope Valley's coach in the way he's approaching the game, they've been very patient and consistent with feeding their big woman inside.
Yes.
And that's what turned into this success for them.
Yes.
You know, as we talked about earlier, we're Renegades through and through. We get paid red checks, right? But when you see something working the way that it's supposed to work from a execution standpoint, you got to give credit where credit is due. And this is a phenomenal job by the coaching staff of Antelope Valley getting their offense in rhythm.
Right, but the Renegades gave them a very, very frustrating first half and third quarter.
Absolutely. And that free throw is good. And Courtney Hart will come off. So we got Barnes, Ignacio, Taylor, Jordan, and Steamer for the Marauders. For the Renegades, we got Medina, Martinez, Marquez, Narvaez. Oh, my goodness, and the travel call. And I want to say that may be the third turnover out of the last 4 trips for the Renegades. It's been a tough sled in this fourth quarter. And I got to go ahead and be honest about it. When you only have 7 players on your roster, that's one of the things that happens because fatigue starts to set in, and there's only so much you can do. And that's really what I'm starting to see as the Antelope Valley Marauders, who have 9 people on their roster. It's just an extra couple bodies that have been the difference as the Renegades gave up the lead. Medina guarded by Barnes. Barnes over to Flores. I thought that was Martinez earlier. It was Flores on the right wing. I apologize for that. As we get the bucket, 52-64.
They need to stop now, just like now.
Yeah, you got to get a stop now. Want to try to get this under 10 at the 2-minute mark to have a chance, but look at that crossover by Taylor. Now she's going to fumble it out of bounds, and it'll stay here. Taylor looking to inbound, gets it in the Steamer, back to Taylor, and she's been the shooter. Oh, and that looked good, but it was long. Barnes with the rebound. Courtney Hart is finally starting to show why she's the team's leading scorer. Very quiet first half, but she will finish this game in double digits, and they have stretched this lead to 14 points. Barnes attacking. Barnes up, and that's no good, but look who gets the rebound. Nice hustle by Sydney Morris. And with 1:30 to play, you definitely got to give credit to the Renegades for trying to fight. But it looks like if that doesn't fall, we might come up short. Oh, and a huge block by Steamer, who's basically been the biggest player for the Antelope Valley Marauders in this second half. So way to fight back for the Antelope Valley Marauders.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Renegades definitely made them work. They were uncomfortable.
Yes, and that's what you want to do. You know, when you're coming in undermanned and outgunned, you got to do your best to play with some intensity, and we did that for as long as we could. But once those bodies start getting tired, it's only so much you can do, and that's the importance of depth when you're starting to look towards conference play and postseason play. You're not going to beat the good teams without depth.
Without depth.
When they have talent. Because they have talent and depth in their 2 big women, I should say, and Sierra Steamer and Courtney Hart. They're the 2 leading scorers, and they've been the 2 biggest factors in this second half as we near 26 seconds to play. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Ignacio gets it over to Taylor. Taylor could have took that 3, but she's playing the smart basketball and continuing to work it around. And now Barnes will take the 3, and that's going to be no good. Over to Flores. And I'm telling you, those ponytails have given me fits because I've confused Flores and Martinez all night. But how about Morris continuing to play strong? And that is we got 1 second left, and we get a 20-second timeout by the Marauders.
We got a time up by the Marauders. Okay, no problem. He has something he wanted to say, and that's fine.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
and also sometimes you want to get your players who've played their tails off the court with a standing ovation.
Right.
You know, that might be something that you want to do and give.
It looks like he's drawing up a play, and that's fine.
Yep. Because, like we said, every second is a coaching opportunity. They're looking towards postseason play.
Right.
Somebody at home might be mad. Why are they calling a timeout with 1 second? they may need this situation next week.
Yeah, I imagine more than one person
Right.
is not like, why'd you call timeout? You know, hey, let it go, let the time run out.
Right. Well, but nonetheless, Dr. J, it's always an honor to share the experience with you. Definitely want to give a shout out to our interns who've joined us this season. You know, it's an amazing experience to do what we love to do and teach other people to do what we're doing that they may fall in love with as their careers move on. So,
and I hope that they do.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so that was very interesting to see a timeout that late just to get a ball in, bounds. But nonetheless, that's a victory for the Antelope Valley Marauders, and a great job by them fighting back after giving up what looked like was going to be a tough battle in the first half. But kudos to Coach Rosebrook Check. Definitely put our Renegade women, who were undermanned with 7 people on the roster, in position to win the game all the way until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no, it was an amazing game. I'm kudos to the Renegades. They couldn't have played any harder than they played tonight.
Absolutely. So the women's basketball team will be at Santa Monica on Wednesday, and then Friday will be the final regular season contest against LA Valley, February 23rd, same day that we have our Bakersfield College Hall of Fame meeting, our first one of the year for 2024. I'm excited to start thinking about who else we get to put in, what other deserving people get to go in. And I'm always like, why is my name on this list already? It's about 50 other people that need to go in before I'm even thought about being on the list. But it's going to be a great experience.
Well, I don't completely agree with that. I'm with the other people. I'm not with you on this one.
Okay, well, I'll take that, Doc. Maybe I'll get you on the committee one time so you can slide. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to be on the committee to vote for me. Just go to the link and vote. But, again, amazing day. Always an honor to be here with you, big bro. You're one of my mentors and one of my angels therapists, as we joked about, as we looked at artwork earlier. But definitely honored to be here at the Harvard on the Hill Palace on Panorama. I want to thank all of our viewers at GoGaze.com and our sponsors at Valley Strong Credit Union. Special shout out to all of our athletic staff, Keith Ford, Reggie Bolton, Steve Lynch, our statistician, Analicia Croonquist, my partner Renegade Rob, who did BC baseball today. Definitely want to thank everybody. We appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend.